Yo, so are you tired of getting shut down every time you try to go out and talk to girls? Well, today, we gon' fix that. What up, homie? My name's Dave, and I put out new videos every Tuesday and every Friday to help you get the girls you want and become the man you're meant to be. Now, real quick, if you're looking for some support on your journey to getting better with women and maybe even finding a great wingman to go out with, then I highly recommend you go and check out my brand new Facebook group, The Confident Casanovas. We've got over 700 guys in there from all over the world, and they're all super motivated to take their dating lives to the next level. Plus, I hop in there frequently and answer a lot of the posts and give you some personal advice. I also post new content in there every day to help you get out there and keep crushing it with women. So if you want to be a part of that, just hit that first link in the description to join the Confident Casanovas Facebook group right now. And I'll see you on the inside, bro. Anyway, man, bars and clubs are a great place to meet women. I know some guys get sour on them, but that's because they don't really know what the hell they're doing when they're going out. The truth is, you can find quality girls in those nightlife venues, and you can pick them up if you have the right strategy, and that's what we're gonna talk about today. Let's get into it. So when a lot of guys think about nightlife, they think about these crazy clubs with super loud music, thousands of people, and just overall absolute craziness. But what I tell guys is those are exactly the types of venues you want to avoid because they're really putting you at a disadvantage. First, you're packed in there like a sardine, so you gotta like shimmy over to even like get 5 feet over to talk to a girl. That's a tough situation. You also can't really recognize where the other hot girls are in the venue because there's just too many people around. Plus, there's tons of stimulation. Like the music is super loud, it becomes more difficult to talk, and there's so much that's going on, it's hard to even keep the girl's attention when you do talk to her. If all you try to do for nightlife is go to these types of venues, you're gonna have a tough time. Sure, you can sometimes have success in these types of places, but I like to reserve those kinds of places for nights when you know you're gonna go out, try to have a crazy time, maybe drink a bunch and just like chill out with your friends versus try to go out there to pick up girls. What's a lot better is to pretty much avoid those big crazy venues in general and instead opt for some better venues. When I say better venues, here's what I'm talking about. Some chill lounges, some cool neighborhood bars, some other cool venues, maybe with a little bit of live music that don't get too crazy, some salsa dance clubs, even some cool like pregame bars where people go before they go out and just have a couple of drinks, maybe even some happy hour types of places. What you're gonna find in these types of venues is that it's a lot easier to go up and start conversations. You don't have to yell and lose your voice, and it's also easier to kind of navigate them so that if you see a hot girl over there, you can just walk up and talk to her without having to like part the Red Sea and say, hey, what's up? And the result is not only is it gonna be far easier for you to start conversations and keep them going with girls and also lead them around the venue, but you're just gonna have a better night overall. You're not gonna be super packed in, you're not gonna have all this craziness, music isn't gonna be blasting in your ears, and you're gonna have fun. All right, we're gonna get to point number 2 in a second, but first, you know what time it is. It's time for Jamoke of the Week. So we got Matthew O'Neill. Congratulations, bro. You are the Jamoke of the Week. All right, so Matthew O'Neill says, do people still try meeting people in the real world? Haha, rookies. Online dating has made it so easy to target specific demographics and personality traits that align with your own. So easy to find people with common interests that way. So first off, anyone who's gonna badmouth guys for going out and trying to talk to girls in person is just an idiot. So let's get that out of the way first. Second, there's nothing wrong with online dating, but it shouldn't be your main resource for meeting girls. It can be something that complements the way you meet girls in person. So something you put in maybe a few hours a week into, get a few days, get some good experience, but you're still going out there and approaching girls in real life because there's no substitute for that. And honestly, bro, you're just gonna generally be able to get higher quality girls in real life than you are gonna be able to in online dating, especially because there's so much competition online versus in person, you're the only one talking to the girl. Thirdly, what is this motherfucker like the Lex Luthor of online dating? He up here like, well, she's very compassionate. That's a check mark right there. But she also likes baseball. we're a perfect match. Let's do it. Be more of a Jamoke Matthew O'Neal. You can't. Get out of here. You're done.
I can see that I knew love was an open door. You and I taking.
So you're hanging out in the bar or the club. You look over, see a sexy girl. You want to talk to her, but you're like, oh shit, what do I say to her? What do I do? Oh my God. And your head basically feels like it's gonna explode. So to make it real simple for you, I have an easy opener I use pretty much all the time. My students use it with good success as well, and here it is. You go up to the girls, you say, hey, you wait for them to look in your direction and make sure you have their attention. Then when you have that attention, you say, you guys look like fun, how's your night going? It's as simple as that. You frame them as girls who seem fun, so they're gonna wanna live up to that fun expectation. They're gonna wanna act fun around you, and it really just gets things off to a good start. But it's important to do this with some good energy and even a sly little smile. Just kind of go up with some fun, right? So basically, hey guys, you look like fun. How's your night going? And once you've asked that question and you've gotten their attention, you can keep it going by saying something like, you guys are best friends, aren't you? Or what brings you guys to this part of town? Basically, what you're trying to do is keep it simple, fun, and flirty for the first few minutes of the interaction to get her attracted. Then you can start going a little bit deeper by asking some deeper questions about her.
She's got that Lexus daddy bought her, and you know she's his only daughter. Cause her whole IP has taught her that she only gets the best.
So a lot of guys will go out to the bar or the club, they'll see a group of girls, and they might as well be looking at a group of barbarians because they are scared to death of this group of girls. They have no idea how to handle. They'd be like, oh my goodness, I have to keep them entertained for the entire night. I have to not get judged, and this seems like a very tall task. But it's actually a lot easier and less scary than you think, right? What you have to do is reframe your fear of group approaches. Instead of seeing it as this big scary thing, see it as being even easier than approaching a girl by herself. And the reasons for that are, if you go up and approach a group of girls, right away they're gonna know, all right, this guy has courage, he has some balls, he's not afraid to go out and approach a group. Like, that takes some courage. So they're gonna have that initial respect for you. Aside from that, it also takes pressure off that one-on-one conversation. So when you talk to, one girl standing by herself, you gotta keep that thing going. But when you're talking to a group, everyone can add their own input, and it's a lot easier to keep things going right off the bat. And then finally, one of the most annoying things that happens when you approach a girl alone is that most times she's not at the venue alone, so then you gotta go find her group of friends. Sometimes they come in and cock block you and ruin the whole thing, right? But when you go up and talk to the whole group at the beginning, you can win her friends over right from the start, so that doesn't happen. So yeah, all these things make group approaches actually easier. So when you see a group of girls, don't even hesitate anymore. Go up, say what's up, bring that fun energy, and you're gonna have a lot better night than if you're just waiting for that one solo girl you can go say what's up to, and eventually probably get cock blocked by her friends who are standing at a different area of the bar. So wherever place you go, especially in these nightlife environments, girls are potentially gonna be checking you out and giving you signs that they want you to go talk to them. But in order to get these signs and capitalize on them, there's two things you need to do. First, you need to go in expecting you're gonna get those signs. So basically, you need to walk in there like you fucking own the place. Have a nice, confident stride. Keep your shoulders back, keep your head level, and just don't scan the entire room like you're nervous, but just kind of like generally make eye contact with a few people as you walk by. Feel like you own the place and have that nice, slow, confident strut. And then when you're just hanging out, standing around the venue, pick a place where a lot of girls can see you. This could be by the bar, it could be between the dance floor and the bar, it could be at another popular place within the venue, but choose a good spot so that way girls can give you those approach invitations, because if they can't see you, then you probably can't see them, and it's just not gonna work. All right, so once you get those things down, you gotta be aware of the signs that girls will give you when they want you to talk to them. So what are these signs? So a few things to look out for are if she puts herself in your line of sight. Maybe she even walks by you for no reason and even does it multiple times. Hell, maybe she looks directly at you, but it doesn't even have to be that direct. It could also just be her looking in your direction. And finally, if she walks by and kind of bumps into you by accident, that happens all the time too, and a lot of times there's not really a reason for it. She was just trying to get your attention. So yeah, you want to go in expecting those signs, and when you see them, be ready to capitalize on them, and your interactions are going to go a lot better right from the start. But even if you don't get these signs from a girl that you want to talk to, go up and approach her anyway. Sometimes you got to be bold, bro.
You mess me up, I wanna leave. You break me down, I wanna leave. I'm head to mine, jump out to drop you.
So there are a couple of different easy approaches that don't necessarily look all that easy to most guys. One of those is the group approach, which we already talked about. And the other one is when girls are on their way out of the venue. You might think, oh, they're on their way out, they're leaving, they don't want to talk to anyone. Well, you'd be wrong. Think about it. Why is a girl leaving the venue? A lot of times it really comes down to either she's bored and she just wants to get out of there with her friends, or she's got somewhere else to go. And that actually gives you some pretty good options. So for one, you can go up to them and say, hey, I know you're leaving, but I just had to talk to you for a minute. See if you can build some quick rapport and then maybe even accompany them to their next destination. Or sometimes you can even go for the quick pull if it's like towards the end of the night and they seem kind of open to your approach. This is something I've done in the past and guys are like, what the hell happened? How'd you do that? I was like, well, she was on her way out. Just gave her a good other option. Like, hey, let's go grab a drink at my place. Like, I live right around the corner. They were down and boom, you make something happen. Because if you're thinking about it, one of the reasons they're leaving is because they are bored and they're looking for something fun to do. So you give them something fun to do, they might jump on it, literally. And your other option is you can just try to have a quick, short 2-3 minute interaction, get their number, and then try to hang out with them in the future. And surprisingly, sometimes these really quick interactions can actually lead to her being really responsive and leading to a date. And that's because she's only talked to you for a couple of minutes and she still has a lot of curiosity about you. And if you approach her in a solid, confident way, she's gonna at least have a little bit of a desire to see you again. Plus, most guys probably aren't talking to these girls on their way out, so you're gonna stand out too. Now, bro, if you wanna be able to pick up girls every single time you go out, then check out this playlist right here. It's gonna help you crush it every time you go out to a bar or club and have an awesome night. Let's keep it going. I'll see you right there, homie.